Good Sunday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. We are a bit late, but that is not going to stop us from talking about the weather for our Sunday evening going into the week of June the 22nd going through June the 28th, the last final, week of June. And next week we're going to have 2 days, and then we're going into July. So we do obviously have some stuff going on, obviously, with heat advisory. The excessive heat watches are already in effect for portions of South Carolina as we go through this week. Oppressive heat obviously will continue. There would be little relief during the night times as well. Obviously, our minimal rain chance as well, and our storm chances will increase later going into this week than it is obviously right now. Obviously, it's pretty calm, calmer than usual right now, but overall, that pretty much will change by the time we get to obviously the end of the week. But let's go on and talk with the recorded audience for the people who could unfortunately not make it to the live stream tonight. Good Sunday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Sunday. I am your meteorologist, Peterson, and let's go in and talk about the weather for your Sunday evening going into your week for the week of Sunday, June the 22nd through Saturday, June the 28th. Looking at the radar right now, again, nothing going on for the entire state of South Carolina. But if we go on and look at what's going on throughout the entire United States, you can see that we do have some rainfall going on. Kentucky going on into Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and in Florida as well. Texas also has some rain, some storm activity going on, going into South Dakota, Nebraska, including Montana, Washington, Oregon, and even Minnesota, where there actually was a tornado that touched down around 8:17. Train spotter reported that in Grygla, Minnesota. So that's what's going on pretty much throughout the entire U.S. Not much. If we go towards our cloud cover right now is showing pretty much just some not so cloudy skies, pretty much clear. As we go into right now, and if we go into the future as well, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Just nothing really going on, just in general in terms of cloud cover. If we go on and push this forward, going into tonight, you can see that will continue. It will be a clear night tonight. Then as we go into tomorrow morning, you can see that cloud cover overall is pretty much, again, staying pretty much non-existent until we get to around tomorrow, like late morning, early afternoon. That cloud cover will start to make its way through, kind of through the PD region, going into the eastern low country of South Carolina, maybe even going through the upstate as well, as cloud cover will be going through those regions. But overall, that's pretty much it in terms of cloud cover. If we go into our current temperatures, 84 in Columbia as well as 80 inside of St. Matthews, 80 in Eastover as well as 80 in Sumter, 80 in Manning as well as 79 in Moncks Corner, 77 in Summerville as well as 79 in Audell, 77 in Georgetown as well as 79 in Myrtle Beach, 77 in Conway and Loris, as well as 80 in Bennettsville, 80 inside of Whitmer, as well as 82 in Lawrence. We also do have 79 in Aiken as well, 80 inside of Greenville, and 82 in Spartanburg as well. If we go into low temperatures for tonight, low temperature 74 in Greenville, 73 in Spartanburg, as well as 74 in Rock Hill, 74 in Winsboro, 76 as well inside of Columbia, 75 in Sumter and Florence, as well as 77 in Myrtle Beach, 78 going on down there in Charleston as well. Going into your rainfall, not much. Hundredth of an inch to a tenth of an inch is potentially possible, obviously with some isolated showers, Orangeburg, Aiken, going up there towards parts of the upstate, but pretty much Midlands, upstate, you will have that shot. We'll go and look at the models and see what they show, and obviously tomorrow morning we'll have more updated models to say what really will happen. But that's it in terms of our forecasted precipitation. If we go into today's or tonight's thunderstorm risk, you can see that there is no more thunderstorms that is expected as we go into tonight. And if you go into tomorrow, thunderstorms are expected. as we go into tomorrow for portions of the upstate, Midlands as well, and even some portions of the PD region up there just to north of Florence and to the east as well. And if you go into Tuesday, the entire state has a chance for a thunderstorm on Tuesday. Going into excessive rainfall, there is no excessive rainfall for tonight nor tomorrow, nor Tuesday, nor Wednesday, nor Thursday either. So we are good in terms of excessive rainfall. Let's go on now and look at the models. So the models, we're going to look at the short term first. Then we're going to go on and look at the long term. Starting off here on the 0Z. Here we go right here. You can see starting off 9 p.m. nothing going on as forecasted. But if we go in and push this forward, even as we get to around 2 p.m., you're not really seeing anything as we go through. And even as you get to around 6 to 7 p.m., you're not really seeing anything at all. This model right here is saying that no precipitation is really expected. Let's go all the way to around 12 o'clock in the morning. I want to switch over to total accumulated. It has like a little area, like a little green area over there near like Columbia, but I mean it's not much at all. And it also pops up. Actually, that wasn't even that actually was earlier. So actually, really, it is like no precipitation is actually falling according to this model right here. Now, this model right here was last updated at 3 o'clock. But we're going to continue and push this forward. Even as we go into, this is Tuesday right here. Tuesday, even still not really looking like much right now. So again, this is one model. You know, obviously things will change. This model is not going to be exact, but this one right here is not really calling for any rain at all. And so I guess that's why they have that little chance for some rainfall, or they might be accounting from earlier rainfall that occurred, like a spotty shower like earlier today. But overall, it's not really calling for much. So we'll keep a look at that, though, and we'll talk about obviously Monday tomorrow morning as well. If we go into our long-term future, we're going to first start off by talking about every day this week in general. The 25th could definitely be, according to this model right here, the 25th could be a rain day as well. The 26th potentially could be, going into the 27th. 28th seems a lot more calmer, but this definitely seemed like a way calmer week. But if we go past the 28th, going to the 29th, the 30th, going into July the 1st, the 2nd, the 4th of July, and then once we get to around July the 5th, that's really where we really just have to stop, because this is just way too far out, and that will definitely change. But overall, it's not really showing much at all until around like June, like the 25th-ish. So, potentially Tuesday as well, because I can see the 24th has some rainfall, like Tuesday night, which we did not go to Tuesday night. So that might also be something that we're going to have to look for again tomorrow night as well. But overall, it's looking like that it's not going to be as active in terms of like what we've been seeing. Now this is a kind of like a reduced one. I think if we go to this one, it might be a bit different. Yeah, this one shows a lot more. So yeah, actually still active. The other one was just a bit more lower resolution, so it was not really too, it didn't really show as much precipitation. But overall, I mean, this still shows, I mean, just an active pattern overall as we go through this week, even going into next week as well. But we'll continue to see what happens though here. Let's go on now and look at the temperature anomalies as well, see where they go. If you go on towards here, you see that overall it will be more warmer than average, obviously, as we go through this week. And honestly, I probably should show this. You can see here that it will be warmer than average this week. So overall, you definitely there won't really be too much to cool off with as we go through. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised that it's not a bit more inside of the redder territory. You can see how you get down towards South Carolina, like the low country of South Carolina. It's more like in the kind of like the light orange region. And excessive heat watch is already up for places like the PD region of South Carolina right now. I know Georgetown, I think Horry County is as well. But again, this is just for this time of year, so I guess it's not too much or too far above average than what we have been looking at for years past. But if we go into precipitation, unfortunately, we're actually going to receive less precipitation this week, less than average. that being. So even though, we're still going to have our active, thunderstorm every day period, um, especially as we get towards the end of the week, it's overall still not going to be enough to be considered average or even above average. So maybe we might have to be taking another closer look at the drought monitor as we get into Thursday. But I mean, right now, obviously, the drought monitor right now, everything's clear, as there is no more drought throughout the entire state. So I do want to go on and look at just our temperature anomalies just for the future. So if you go on to here, we can go to here real quick, and then go to temperature anomalies right here. You can see that as you go on and push this forward, that overall, it will cool down as you get into next week, though. There is maybe some relief coming in, but it's not going to really be that long. As you can see, pretty much just that warmer than average temperature. They're just going to take right back over as soon as any cool air decides it wants to take place. Warmer than average is going to be taking right back over. So there's not really much that's going to change from this warmer than average pattern as we go into next week, this week, next week, all that, and maybe even the following week as well. But that's way too far out. So let's go on now and look at the crazy score. If you have no idea what the crazy score is, the score that we use to see how crazy the weather is inside of South Carolina. And honestly, no one should really be surprised. It's at a 14. It is at a 14. So we're inside the calm category. No significant weather, clear skies pretty much. As obviously, it's going to be mostly clear, calm winds. Patchy fog is possible, but it is very limited. And there's pretty much zero rain threat at all. So it's going to be just a quiet, stable night tonight. So nothing really to worry about. Let's go on now, since we have talked about our week, about crazy score. We talked about pretty much everything. The tropics right now, actually, we did just get an update. You can see over here in the Atlantic, there's a 40% chance for development out here. No threat to South Carolina at all. But it says showers and thunderstorms. Let me see if I can get this. There we go. Showers and thunderstorms are showing signs of some organization in association with the area of low pressure located around 450 miles east of Bermuda. Earlier satellite-derived wind data indicated the system possessed a well-defined surface circulation, and additional organization of the shower and thunderstorm activity could lead to the formation of a short-lived tropical depression over the next day or so. By Tuesday, the system is expected to encounter less favorable environmental conditions, ending its opportunity for further development. Regardless of development, the system is forecast to move northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour, remaining over the open central Atlantic. So that has a 40% chance of forming over the next 48 hours. So we'll continue to see what happens with that tomorrow, and it might become a tropical depression tomorrow. So we'll continue to see that, and we'll talk more about that tomorrow evening. So that's it in terms of our tropics update. Let's go and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. What the audience has to say for tonight. Starting off, Mr. Chris says, good evening from Monk's Corner. Good evening to you. Mr. Oliver says, good evening. It was stank hot today. My AC was running all day. I know Berkeley Electric is doing the worm. We had a brief shower this p.m. and a new duckling family joined the pond today. That is fantastic to hear. And yeah, in terms of just how hot it was, maximum humidity was around 99, so pretty much the highest of the high, probably up to 100, but it can't see it on a three-way scale, but 99 for sure. And even it says right here around 97. Let me check my new one and see how hot it was today at my house. It was, wait for it to get up, there we go, 92. So probably 92 is probably more accurate. Now in terms of feel like temperature, it's probably around like 100, 105 ish. So definitely very hot still. And so we're also, oh, they're just talking. Mr. Anthony says, good evening, JP. Good evening to you. Dad says, good evening, Joseph. I trust all is well. Another hot one here in San Antonio. That's great to hear. All is well. And then it says, thanks. You are great. Love you so much. Love you as well. No problem. No problem anytime. Cheryl says, greetings, everyone. Greetings to you as well. Oh, Mr. Anthony also did say good evening. I didn't, I think I skipped over that. Cheryl says, greetings, everyone. And then And then my aunt Shirley also says, good evening. Hope all is well. Another hot day. And then Mr. Chris says again, what is the drought reading for the state? Absolutely nothing. We are not inside of a drought right now. As you can see that there is nothing going on in South Carolina, rather it be abnormally dry or just a drought in general. That is not inside the question right now. So everyone right now is doing pretty good right now. Everyone is doing pretty good right now. Let's go on. Since we are done talking with the audience for now, obviously we'll come back. We'll see what happens. But let's go on and talk about our 3 locations outside of South Carolina. Then we'll talk about what's going on throughout the entire U.S. And then if we don't have anything else out of the chat, we most likely will be out of here for tonight. But starting off with San Antonio first, low temperatures tonight 77, high temperatures tomorrow at 94, low temperatures tomorrow at 75. There's no precipitation expected for today nor tomorrow, and no severe weather is expected as well. And would you guess there is no excessive rainfall that is expected not only for tonight, tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday either. So you are good in terms of excessive rainfall and severe weather. Raleigh being the next one, low temperatures tonight 75, high temperatures tomorrow 100 degrees on the dot, low temperatures tomorrow night 76, no precipitation is expected there as there is no excessive rainfall that is expected, and then there is also no severe weather. And then Philadelphia being the last location, low temperatures tonight 79, high temperatures tomorrow 99, low temperatures tomorrow night at 80, no precipitation is expected there either, no severe weather is expected, and there is actually a chance for some minor flooding. That is on Thursday. Thursday, you have a minor risk for some flooding. So overall, all 3 locations are doing pretty well right now in terms of it just being hot. So that's it in terms of those 3. What's going on throughout the entire U.S.? Obviously, significant and dangerous heat wave will expand from central U.S. from places like Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, Louisiana, Kentucky, I already said Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, all these places, and will expand into the eastern U.S., South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, going to Delaware, Pennsylvania, going up all the way into Maine, where it could potentially get up into the 90s up there in Maine. It will go through pretty much of the work week. Numerous daily record highs and warm lows are likely. Severe thunderstorms are possible from the southern plains through the upper Mississippi Valley. Fire weather concerns are expected to persist across the Four Corners region of Utah, Colorado, and Arizona. Also, some severe weather going on in Texas and Oklahoma right now, as they can never catch a break. And I did want to show this inside of South Carolina. There is excessive heat watches out as it has reached the threshold for an extreme heat watch over there in the Grand Strand of South Carolina, including places like Myrtle Beach, Georgetown, Kingstree, South Carolina. A heat advisory is in effect for Marion County going up there towards Darlington, Florence, Conway, Loris. All these places has a heat advisory in effect. I'm pretty sure I saved it to my thing. I may not have though, or maybe I can only see it on my phone. I think I can only see it on my phone, but you can see on my screen right here that here it is right here in terms of the excessive heat watch. It pretty much just says 105 to 110 degrees are definitely possible. It says drink plenty of fluid, stay in air-conditioned rooms, stay out of the sunshine, and check up on relatives and neighbors. Do not leave young children and pets in unattended vehicles. Car interiors will reach lethal temperatures in a matter of minutes. Take extra precautions when outside. Wear lightweight and loose-fitting clothing. Try to limit strenuous activities to early morning or evening. Take action when you see symptoms of heat exhaustion or heat stroke. So that was from the National Weather Service at Wilmington, from Myrtle Beach, Kingstree, Georgetown, and then pretty much this entire region over here. Now that obviously will expand probably into some other places as well. So I think that's all we have for tonight. So if you did enjoy, make sure you go hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button as well, and make sure that you remember, do not leave anybody inside the car while the car is off. Like they said, lethal temperatures is likely, and so you have to make sure that you're not leaving anybody or pet or anybody just in general inside the car while it is off with no AC. But make sure if you have not hit the like button, the subscribe button, the share button, that you do so. We're at 500 subscribers, trying to get to 600. We are 100 away, obviously, still at 500. So make sure that you go on and share it. I will be back tomorrow morning with your Monday morning forecast update. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Sunday.